Hi, I'm David Siegfried.
I'm James Krantz.
And we're going to show you how to make real-looking fake blood.
And we're also going to show you how to do an exploding blood pack, otherwise known as a squib.
Okay, first we're going to talk about blood. So I'm going to show you how to make the blood. What we use for a base is corn syrup. It runs you $2-3, and for basically how much blood you want, you're going to use how much corn syrup. So if you want a cup of blood, a cup of corn syrup will get you about there. So you just, go with however much you want. I don't need much for right now, but you can use however much you want. So then the next thing you're going to add, in just whatever healthy dose you'd like, is red food coloring. Will also run you $2-3, depending on what you get. And then there's no real measurement, just add it till you kind of coat the surface of the corn syrup, and that'll do her. You don't need very much. Then the last ingredient is chocolate syrup, and we figured it's about 2-to-1 on the corn syrup. So if you use a cup of corn syrup, use half a cup of chocolate syrup. This is gonna make it dark, and you might think it looks too dark, but on camera, too dark is actually perfect. This will also run you $2-3. This is a nice little store brand, but whatever, any chocolate syrup. And that'll be good. And you stir this up, and hopefully you get some nice red, oh look at that. Get some nice red blood. And you can always test it, make sure how dark it is on maybe a piece of paper towel or paper or something. If it looks fairly dark, you know you're doing the right thing. Also, the nice part about this stuff is you can take a nice big mouthful. Basically this tastes like chocolate syrup, but gives you the nice red. And that's how you make blood, basically. I mean, if you want more, you make more, but yummy.
Alright, now given that, we can now use that in our exploding blood pack, which we'll show you how to do. Alright, this is the construction of the squib. We started out with a tile of linoleum that we just had laying around. So this is that square. We're using the sticky end to stick things to. We've done a couple of tests on this, so it looks a little rough, but we made this brick out of some high density polymer or something. You really don't need this. You could maybe even make it out of wood if you can just drill, but then it might splinter. I don't know. That's kind of up to you if you want to make your own. So then we just drilled in, kind of cut away there, and made another drill hole right there for the fuse to come out. Then to make this remote starting, our materials are firecracker. We have a one of those model rocket starters. A pack of these run you $5 for 6 of them. So we put some tape on that, and that's all we have there. We constructed this igniter out of just a simple switch on and off. Made some labels so I know what's what. Taped it to a 9-volt battery, which I had just got one of these at Radio Shack, where you can hook up a 9-volt battery to just 2 leads. So one of those is going to one end of the switch, and then the other one just leading out to the skater clip. So here are this is negative, and this is positive, but it doesn't really matter, just as long as you have these 2 ends separate. So then when you turn that on, it's going to send power through this, light that, and then that'll go to the firecracker, and it'll all work. So now we have this, we have the firecracker, bunch of tape, duct tape, masking tape, and our pack of blood. We have the firecracker that we'll put in here through the fuse hole, and then we put our lighter in here, so that goes right into the fuse hole, and then we just have that taped down. So we have our 2 leads here, that we will hook our igniter up to. And let's see, then we want to get the blood pack on there. So we've actually been testing, and I guess the optimal way to put the blood pack on, we found that it works a little bit better to have it tight, but you need to make sure that all ways are equally fastened down, because before we had the tail really well fastened down back here, but then we didn't have it fastened down very well over here, so it just flop over and you don't get the blood spray. So you want to make sure that you get it really well tightened down. Alright, here's our finished squib. We have a whole lot of tape at the bottom, and then just some tape on the sides and tape on the back. 2 leads for the igniter. Pow. We have our squib. We have our victim. So basically just any crappy shirt that you want. Just going to tape it to my back because we're going to have it shot from the front, exiting out the back, because I hate when squibs are in the front because the bolt coming in would not like project crap backwards. We just made a squib.
And we made the blood. So now we put them together in an example about dairy products. Most Americans still can't believe it's not butter. To prove it, we went out and asked the people what they thought.
That's pretty good.
Are you aware that's not butter?
No, there's no way.
But it isn't.
There's no way that that's not butter.
Say it is.
No.
Say it.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Say it! No! They never say it. I hate this job. Luckily, I'm only 1 week away from retirement.
I can't believe it's not butter. Believe it or else. Okay, so now that we've finished all that, we do have a couple problems we had that we thought we could address.
Yeah, when I was making the squib, I said to use a 9-volt battery. You do need from 6 to 12 volts for those lighters, but 9-volt battery does not have enough amps for it, so you need something bigger. We took the battery off of a hand drill. That was actually 12 volts and plenty of amps for that.
Also, wanted to address, we were hoping more of a splatter into the shirt when the squib actually went off. Because our blood was so syrupy, thanks to the corn syrup and chocolate syrup, we actually had the blood stick to the shirt and not actually go through. I'd suggest trying to make some, maybe substitute corn syrup with a little more water, just something to give you a little more liquid to your blood.
Although it did work very well for eating. Delicious.
It's true. Alright, so now you should be able to go and make your own homemade blood and squibs and kill some stuff. That's all for us.